Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your resident Tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarots News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. And man, oh man, let me just start by saying that this 2.5-year anniversary event has been nothing but generous with its rewards. Arguably, probably some of the most generous of rewards I have seen in a long time, probably even to date since the game first launched, well, 2.5 years ago. But as if that wasn't enough, the rewards are not stopping, as all the events and bonuses from last week will continue to carry over as the second half goes live this week with a couple new bots, more new bonuses, and quite a few reruns of well-known bots up to this point. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what they did announce for this coming week. The second half of the second-year anniversary event, Continued Celebrations. Starting with the gacha banners, and just a brief note on those as well. All of the current red ticket bonuses, which include Hardness 10, Shushu 2, and Dureza Diechi, are still going to stick around for another week. So if you have not had a chance to capitalize on the red ticket bonuses, you still have plenty of time to do so. That being said, with the blue ticket bonuses that go live, starting up the banner, we have OBS 0 Death Glare with the kit of All Restore, Micro Shock, Charge Drain, Float Legs, and the Revenger leg ability. Now, this one actually is a very interesting addition on the fact this is the Ouroboros Orimeda contest winner that has been relatively quiet for a while now. So I am very excited to see the overall performance of this model, especially given it's packing a brand new skill. And simply to explain this new skill in detail of how dangerous it is, more or less take Maquette with his microwave and turn it into a melee variant. That's essentially what Micro Shock will give you. So already right off the bat, Death Glare is going to be a very solid model once he does hit the field. And then the second model that we have going live this week is actually one we've seen in the event up to this point, but now is officially live. And that is the alternative hamster variant that we've seen to Maru Maru, and that is TJN01 Gal Maru with a kit of Bug, Destroy, Mega Gatling, Float Legs, and the Spearhead leg ability. Now, honestly, of the two right now, I'm definitely going to say that the fan design and the overall thoughts will be going towards Death Glare with his overall kit on the field. And naturally, as being a Spearhead of the blue ticket bonus, he will be the big one to go after. But I do have to admit that the leg design on Gal Marmo also is rather... oh boy, how do I put this? To quote a friend, cursed, I guess, but in a case of I can't look away kind. It's still a very unique design, very good kit, and very interested to see how well it does perform in battle once it's in the player's hands. In addition to this, we also have the Mystery Ink making another rerun once again, starting the line with DTT0 Mystery Leader with the kit of Fighter Core, Effect Clear, Flash, Wheeled Legs, and the Land Cruiser leg ability. Following behind him is the Agent type DTT01 Wonderbell with a kit of Heal Plant, Float Suppress, Sacrifice, Float Legs, and the Shape Memory leg ability. And then last but not least, we also have the mascot of the three, DTT02 Sidekicky with a kit of Time Attack, Hypercrept, Disturbance, Biped Legs, and the Illusion leg ability. Now, much like Death Glare and Gal Marmo, all models that we will be seeing this week for the blue ticket bonuses are all worth the time and the effort and the resources to pull after. But if I honestly did have to cycle it down and narrow it down for folks that are looking, Death Glare will definitely be the big go-to for anyone that needs the blue ticket bonuses, and of course either of the diamond types or even Shushu 2 would be valuable for the red ticket bonuses. So that being said, you really can't go wrong with any of the gacha banners that go live this week, as all of them offer something handy to make use of not just in the event, but also outside it. As one final reminder as well, because the month is ending here very soon, this is your final chance to go after B. Liger or G. Spino from the Zoids collaboration. So if you have not had a chance to go after either of them yet, I would absolutely prioritize going after them first, because when they're gone, there is a good chance they probably will not come back for a while, if at all. So naturally, collaboration models will take precedence, but if you've already snagged one or two or don't plan to go after them, either the models mentioned prior to will definitely be worth your time as well. With the Fierce Battles we have going on this week, again, since we are focusing on an anniversary event especially, farming Fierce Battles will definitely not be something that'll be in your priority list But that being said, we still do have some relatively solid and versatile skills to be had and to be found with this week's batch. That being said, starting the lineup, we have WEA-03 Proto 2 Shisaku 2 with a kit of Charge Buster, Press, Power Rifle, Tank Legs, and the Trap Buster leg ability. Behind him, we have DRF-03 CT King, the Dragonfly type, with a kit of Press, Anti-Air, Press, Flight Legs, and the Bullet Rain leg ability. And then last but not least, FSL-0 Fancy Roll, with a kit of Virus, Hammer, Napalm, Flight Legs, and the Mascot leg ability. So naturally, it does look like a lot of models, with the exception of Shisaku 2, are focusing mostly on mobility and evade, being flight-legged, but still a lot of very solid skills across the board to be had and to be used, and to be collected for anyone that is in need of parts. This applies especially to rookies and newcomers, which I'm more than certain are making good use of this event and their time. That being said, I would honestly have to give the MVP of the week to CD King primarily, given that the Bullet Rain ability is honestly pretty solid, and Press on 2 different parts does make him pretty solid for heavy punish, with of course anti-air where necessary. Behind him, I would honestly have to give a close second to Fancy Roll, with her overall relatively balanced kit, I guess, for female types, especially for those that have not had the chance to pull or make use of Fancy Ale, which is her direct upgrade. Now with the event itself, part 2 of that will be going live, as I mentioned, with the blue ticket bonuses. This includes a whole new slew of rewards, honestly, and this will honestly tie in to make this arguably the most generous event to date. Already we have had access to 1 anniversary quote, 2 new Medarots, a new event set reward, and a medal on top of that. But as if that wasn't enough, Imagineer has decided, well, we're going to celebrate this more, and we're going to give you 2 more new Medarots, another medal, and another event, and another anniversary quote. In this case, the 2 Medarots will be returned each from Medarot 8, and those are Robos Tyson and Watercress. Those that played Medarot 8 may know these 2 antagonists particularly well, but they will be officially become collectible for those that do participate in the reward in the second half. The medal in particular, the name is still up in the air. Translations currently vary between Volcano and Wrath, so not 100% sure which one they're going to go with for this one, but for lack of a better term, I'm just going to call it the Volcano medal and make it easy. Power Nature, of course, is something you generally will never go wrong with your conventional nukers, but it is also compatible with melee, healing, and defense skills, with leg masteries in multi, float, and flight-based legs for very solid all-round coverage. No news on any meta forces it covers, but I'm more than certain it will be yet another fantastic medal to add to the arsenal. And then, of course, the anniversary quotes, we're getting to 2 Medarots this time around, both of which are new characters that were introduced in the current story arc, Ranuncula and Toga. So we haven't had a chance to really get a chance to explore their characters deeply just yet, because the new story arc has only just started, but I am more than certain that we will be seeing more of them as time goes forward. That being said, also with the bonuses of Tyson and Watercress, Tyson is absolutely going to be the big MVP to go after with the rewards this time around. Not just with the fact of what he offers, but primarily look at the mobility bonus he offers here at 218. This will put him basically on the same tier as Masquerade Hisaki, which honestly has had a lot of controversy behind it, given that it was part of the 2nd anniversary rewards, which not a lot of people were able to really collect. So, given that this event has been incredibly generous with its reward payout, as well as being able to collect a lot more beyond this with the infinite box at the end of the period, I think this is definitely going to be something a lot of people, both rookies, veterans, and new players alike, will all be able to enjoy and collect moderately easily. As even with Watercress 2 with that evade bonus, both of these Medarots will be something you can absolutely capitalize on and use. Now with the ticket bonuses, again, blue ticket bonuses do go live this week, but any bonuses of red tickets will still stand for 1 more week for folks that are maybe falling behind just a little bit. That being said, Gal Marmo and Deathglare, of course, will give you the +4 bonus each per part. As a brief reminder, it is mixed parts encouraged, not pure sets for this event. The Mystery Ink will give you +2 to each part, as if any of their parts are equipped. And then naturally, all of the Fierce Battle bots and the Convenience Store bots that are added this week only give you +1 each. So again, this event is mixed parts encouraged to capitalize and make the most of all the bonuses across the board, instead of capping them all across them with pure sets. That all being said, with the event stuff aside, we are still on the community front, still looking for translators for the Medarot 3 and Medarot Reloaded translation projects. So if you have any knowledge in coding, cleaning your Japanese with some time on your hands, we are more than appreciative of any efforts that you can provide, or even any feedback or headway that you can give us to help progress these two endeavors. Medarot 3 translation has been going moderately well, more progress has been made, but it is still very slow. So again, if you have any knowledge in Japanese and are good at translating specifically, coding and cleaning is something that has been handled moderately well up to this point, but according to both Variant and Wiset, who I spoke with a pretty fair amount of time ago with a special episode and interview, translators is the biggest thing they are looking for right now, to see the endeavor of Medarot 3 into completion, so we can work on other games like Medarot 4 or Medarot 5 or Navi, which are very popular topics and big time requests we've had in recent. So again, if you have any knowledge in coding or cleaning, and especially with Japanese or translation, and have some time on your hands, feel free to reach out to me or join our community in the link provided and in the comments below, and we can get you in touch with the right people to get you up to speed on everything that has been done and everything that still needs done to this point. But moving forward to the weekly art highlights here on the channel, I do have to highlight Bei Daisuke once again. I have been doing that relatively recently, but I honestly can't deny that the man has been hard at work with his own models over there. This time he's showcasing a new Orimeda design that he's been tinkering with, kind of a mix between Rosebud from Medarot Navi and Hardness 10 from Medarot 5, for more of a unique take of a Rose-type shooter, and that one is definitely a very unique design all the same. So very, very good work to you, and congratulations on that. And then, of course, this piece here by Twitter user Gonorrhea, I do have to pronounce that correctly, with this piece highlighting the 2.5-year anniversary with Shushu Pop, our resident steampunk sweetie, and Hardness 10, who has finally made a rerun after quite a long amount of time before she's made another return, especially good in time for this event. That being said, definitely do give both of these artists a highlight on Twitter and give them a follow if you want to keep more Medarot in your feed. And just as a reminder, Bei Daisuke also does put links to the paper crafts he finishes on his Twitter, so if you look for those, you don't have to look too far before you can find them. But with all that being said, not a whole lot to report on this week, as most of it was teased last week at the start of the event, but I believe that does cover just about everything, so thanks again for stopping by, folks. If you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page, or the Metabots Forever community there. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and in the comments below, and this will be your closest ear to the ground on anything related to Medarot. That includes any new merchandise, new art, Medarot S advice, my weekly episodes, other games, or other updates. That is the first place you will hear it before anywhere else. You can also reach out to me personally on Twitter at Isagamikura, so if you have any questions or feedback or comments, that is definitely the best place to get a hold of me, and feel free to reach out. My DMs are always open for that reason, so don't be a stranger and feel free to stop in and say hi. And then, of course, do also give these fine folks a follow as well, Twitter user Tagro, who actually was the artist and designer not just for Dureza Diechi, who we saw as the new diamond type this week, but also a pretty large amount of models in the past, or contributed to a lot of designs of models in previous game iterations, including a lot of Medarot 5's designs. And then also gives Twitter user Sylvalion041 a follow. I have not highlighted him for a while, but is still a fantastic Medarot fan artist and designer all the same. You will not be sorry adding either of these to your Twitter feeds to see more Medarot in your daily. But with all that being said, thanks again for stopping by, folks. It's always happy to have you in for a visit. Until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.